There we go.
Ah.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Hack Day final presentations. Now we're going to have the first round, and then a few hours later at 14 UTC, we're going to have the second round. Hope you had a productive day. The official hacking is over, but of course you're free to keep on hacking as long as you want before the final presentations. So I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, all yours.
Yeah, so my hack was basically just to pick up on what we hacked on a couple weeks ago at the spectroscopy sprint, and do some more work to get SpecReduce off the ground. It's kind of flailed from hack day to hack day over the past few years. So I picked up from the work that I did to set up a bunch of the reference data that people can use for calibration. And what I did the past couple days was at least get the data classes set up for atmospheric extinction, so we can do extinction corrections for data. And then Heloise worked a bit on replacing the hard-coded NIST line list with an AstroQuery-based method, since AstroQuery gives you access to several different line list libraries. So I wanted to get at least a so she got sort of the core bits to get the line list information out of AstroQuery in a more streamlined way. So there's a bit more work to do on that to get it to a PR. I got my extinction stuff up to a PR with tests that pass. I want to flesh out some more of the documentation and add some examples, and then that should be good to go. Then I can move on to the rest of the calibration data.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Yep.
So let's get to the next slide then. So Stephen, Drew, Stuart.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you well.
All right, great. So my hack project was to make AMUSE and Astropy more compatible with each other. So AMUSE is basically it's an environment for running astrophysical simulations. And it has its own unit system that was actually developed before Astropy existed. And therefore it's not the same unit system. So it's been a long-term goal already to make these two more compatible. So I've been working on making functions to convert an AMUSE unit or quantity to an Astropy quantity and vice versa. So those have been added to a pull request in AMUSE. And similarly, I've been working to create something on the Astropy side to do something very similar, to be able to read or convert to AMUSE units. So there's still discussion ongoing there, but I hope that this will be added soon as well.
Excellent. Cool. So let's get to the next one then. Again, Drew, Dominic, and Stuart.
Yeah, so this is really more Python adjacent to astronomy. But so for those who don't know, the Matrix Slack bridge in the chat is managed by a bot that Stuart and I wrote called the Picard bot, because it commands the bridge. And that is written with a framework called OpsDroid. So I wanted to add some more kind of utility stuff to that. Like in PyAstro20, we frequently have the thing if someone has to like check the calendar and send out a reminder for meetings. I'd like to automate that, but OpsDroid doesn't have a way of getting calendar information. So basically, I worked on getting that implemented. Didn't get as far as I would have liked. Nothing is actually running yet, but we had some useful conversations and got set up some of the kind of infrastructure that we're going to need to make it work, and hopefully it should all come together fairly easily. So I've got the links there on the slide to my branch that will have the calendar connector in it, the skill that will get reminders and send them to the chat, and for anyone who's interested, the current version of the card code that is running in the chat now.
Great, thank you so much. And then I saw a slide popping in the last second, so Stuart.
Nothing like last minute slide generation. I spent yesterday morning working on a couple of things for AstroPy 4.1. I wrote some improvements to various WCS classes, some of it with Tom Robitaille, allow you to like compound together WCSs, reduce the pixel dimensions of WCSs, or what's the other one that's in there? There's like you can slice WCSs, and then I wrote a thing that lets you know what dimensions you've dropped from WCSs and stuff. That was yesterday morning. And yesterday afternoon's hack gets to go in the next hack session, the next hack presentations, I think.
Fair enough. Okay, very good. So I think that's it for the first round, unless there's someone else that wants to present something without a slide. Okay, cool. So in that case, see you all at 16 BTC for the second and final round of the hack presentations and the closing remarks.
All right, see everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.